Why would you think that that made it okay for you, without any advance notice, to bring this matter before the jury? I was astonished when you began your examination by commenting on the defendant's post-arrest silence. That's basic law. It's been basic law in this country for 40 years, 50 years. I have no idea why you would do something like that. And it gives, I'll leave it at that. So I don't know what you're up to.
Wow, talk about a smackdown, one of many in the Kyle Rittenhouse case that is developing right now in the making of this video. We got a lot to say. Welcome back, beautiful and amazing human beings. This is Luke Radowski here of wearechange.org. And I was going to talk about the ever-so-rising inflation, economic calamity, but I have been absolutely, honestly distracted with the latest developments that are happening in the Kyle Rittenhouse case, as Kyle has decided to take the stand. Again, we're just going to jump right into it. There's so much to get into. As, of course, just moments ago, Kyle went through an emotional episode which could be described by some people as effects from PTSD, describing his version of events of what happened in Wisconsin that night. This, as of course many people criticized Kyle's defense for putting him on the stand, saying that this will lead for a lot of opportunities for the state prosecutor to exploit, as many people have considered this a mistake. And wildly, a lot of legal experts have been saying that this was a bad decision, personally, for Kyle's case, but it definitely doesn't look like the state prosecutors are competent enough to exploit this mistake. As you saw from the beginning of this video, the judge has literally snapped at the state prosecutors in this case, now on multiple occasions, and the trial is still going on. The live stream's still going on. Over 65,000 people were watching it when I was just deciding to go live here with this particular video, but with multiple arguments, multiple times where the judge lashed out against the state prosecutor, and the state prosecutor interrupting the judge, arguing back with him, definitely does not look like a solid case, as some people are assuming that the state prosecutors are trying to deliberately create a mistrial in this very important court proceedings because of how they goofed up already on multiple occasions. The judge in this case, even to the state prosecutor, said, quote, "Why would you think that you could go into that without any advance notice? I don't understand. You're an experienced trial lawyer." Speaking, of course, to the state prosecutor, who, during his questioning of Kyle, was talking about video games, specifically the Call of Duty franchise, which the state prosecutor was obsessing about being a video game that kills people with guns. Now, when the state is trying to insinuate that video games lead to real-life harm, I mean, it definitely seems like they're grasping at the straws here and aren't making any real solid arguments, since, of course, a lot of that baseless accusations are absolutely not true at all. Another issue that the state prosecutor was obsessing about was, of course, AR-15s, and as many people have commented, is the AR-15 on trial here? As many people are pointing out that the arguments being made here are nonsensical and aren't working in the favor of the state. Now, when the defense had Kyle up on the stand, they talked about him volunteering as a paramedic, as a firefighter, him, of course, cleaning up graffiti, how he even gave up a bulletproof vest to another friend of his, while, of course, focusing on the madness and threats that he faced for being there that night in Wisconsin. Now, it's very fair to say that things are not going well for the state prosecutors, as there have already been a number of incidences that have absolutely made them look ridiculous, just like this exchange here, which I believe represents how the state's case is going currently.
You said there was a lot of tension in the room when you met with me and Mr. Binger and Ms. Beasy.
Yes.
Is it fair to say that you were very nervous?
Yeah, absolutely.
And we did have you read over your statement, right?
Correct.
And we asked if you knew anything beyond that statement.
Correct.
We didn't ask you to change it.
Yes, you did.
Yeah, That's bad, of course, going along with the testimony of one of their star witnesses that many people say perjured himself after contradicting what he said on multiple occasions and reiterated that he was advancing towards Kyle and had a firearm pointed at him when he was shot by Kyle. Here's the testimony of that exchange.
Advanced on him with your gun, now your hands down, pointed at him. Then he fired, right?
Correct.
This, of course, somehow led the mainstream media like NPR and MSNBC to run headlines that somehow this person who just admitted towards going towards Kyle with a firearm pointed at him had his hands raised when he was shot. Yes, this was the take by NPR on their official Facebook page. MSNBC literally regurgitated almost that same exact talking point on their broadcast on national television like it was an episode of The Twilight Zone, with almost the exact opposite of what transpired in court on that day. And why is the media here deliberately lying, muddying the waters, confusing people, showing people an aspect of this trial that didn't exist? Why are they spinning this in a way that, of course, creates confusion, that only regurgitates echo chamber talking points that are meant to spiral people out of control? As already we are in an extremely heavily polarized situation that, we have to admit, is not a safe one. Why add fuel to an already existing fire of civil unrest that took this country by a storm last year? Why try to aggravate this when already there's a number of individuals on social media threatening riots, protest, severe repercussions for the jury? There's people online literally threatening violence if they don't get the result that they want in this particular court case, including even allegedly George Floyd's relative, who openly called for the intimidation of the jury in this very important case. The Chicago Police Department even canceled scheduled days off beginning this Friday, as we soon may have a decision on this important court proceeding, and the Chicago PD is preparing for unrest because of the decision that might be cast down here by the judge. And still, during these very dangerous, turbulent times, we still have the corporate media churning, manipulating, and trying to create a situation that will lead to real-life violence and harm. YouTube likes to make principled stances against individuals who cause for individuals harm, and I think lying about this case, trying to provoke emotional reactions about this case, which they have done from the very beginning, as of course there's even compilation going around online right now of the corporate media making judgments against Kyle even before the court proceedings have officially started, claiming that he is a domestic terrorist, claiming that he's an extremely dangerous person, when still, in the eyes of the court, the trial has not even officially commenced before these statements were even made. There's even more discredited pundits trying to make this entire court case about race, even though all the people involved here were white. Kyle was white. The 3 people shot here were white. But yet still, this is a black and white issue, according to some people who, I don't know, maybe they failed kindergarten class where they talked about what color actually is. Who knows at this point? But Facebook, GoFundMe, decided to take action because of these allegations and helped destroy and get rid of his legal defense fund in a court case where the state's arguments are unfolding, where their star witnesses are contradicting their own statements, and the state prosecutors are arguing more with the judge than they are with the defense. Where is this all heading, especially with the court proceeding the way it's developing, especially with the media churning the fires, trying to put fuel on it? Well, I think they're hoping for more chaos. They're hoping for more of a divide and conquer agenda. Hopefully they don't get their way. Hopefully reason, logic, peace prevails. And in my opinion, that could only happen if enough people stand up for the right thing with patience, virtue, and respect. Will that happen? Maybe. We'll see. We'll be keeping a close eye on the story, as of course we do many others. I still got so much more to talk about, especially when it comes to YouTube's latest announcement, the larger financial crisis, the occult, Gavin Newsom, Germany's latest shocking development, and I'm going to be talking about those specific issues later on today on lukeuncensored.com. I hope to see you there. I'm still probably going to continue this video because I just can't stop myself. But for more content where I am totally unfiltered, totally, some would say unhinged. If you want to be a part of our secret society, our cult, sign up to lukeuncensored.com right now. The link is down below. I hope to see you there later on today for another video that exclusively will be only available to you. And as more evidence comes to light, as more contradictory evidence comes forward against the state prosecutors, we, of course, will be tweeting and talking all about it on Twitter at Luke, we are Change. Hope to see you there as well. With, of course, a lot of very interesting, spicy memes, which are pretty interesting to say the least. Also, YouTube just announced that they're getting rid of the dislike count on all videos, which I find ridiculous. Why would you take this away from us? This is one of the true ways where the people could actually raise their voice and concerns. People could turn off their dislike and like ratio. If I don't like people disliking my video, which again, I should care about what my audience thinks. This is one of the true ways where we can still have a voice. But already, YouTube creators have the ability to get rid of this feature. So why get rid of it universally? What's going on here? Well, YouTube's explanation is that they want to curb, quote, creator harassment, and this is why they're hiding the dislike button. Again, if someone's fearing harassment, they could just do it themselves. Why take it down universally? What creators are they worried about? Well, again, YouTube, you don't got to worry about me. I tell my audience, dislike the video when you don't like it. That's totally fine. That's a metric of me knowing if I'm doing a good job or not. That's the only way that I could actually get a real quick perspective to see how I'm doing and what I could be doing better and what my audience likes and dislikes. And very surprisingly, even though I encourage people to dislike my videos are having an extremely high percentage of people liking the videos rather than not. Now, if you look at other channels like the White House's official YouTube channel, you do see a lot of dislike buttons. When you see multinational corporations trying to shove down an agenda and narrative down our throat for their own personal gain and benefit, usually pandering and being fake and disingenuous about the whole situation, that's when you see a lot of dislikes. And it would be foolish not to think that this was not in a way influenced by the White House, by the federal government that was telling YouTube that they absolutely hated being ratioed every single time that they got out their messaging out there to the general public. Again, look at the White House while you still can. Look at their dislike ratio. Absolutely astronomical, and taking away people's voices, taking away people's ability to raise their concerns, to raise their dislike towards something is absolutely disingenuous and is going to lead more people off of their platform. And already, a lot of people are leaving. Hey, that's why I got lukeuncensored.com, my own platform. Get to say and do whatever I want. Comment sections are open. No censorship. Get to say and do whatever we want, however we want. And again, I've been trying to push more people towards that. And many times we release free videos to people who sign up on our email list. To sign up on our email list, go to enoughofcensorship.com. The link is down in the description below. Yesterday's email that went out contained free videos from lukeuncensored.com that were only available to people who signed up on our email list. So it was definitely worth signing up on that email list. We usually announce it in big captions. Free video for you today, giving you an exclusive sneak peek into what we delve into in our other alternative platform. Yesterday, we talked about dimensions and energy. We're going to continue on that realm in a little bit. As of course, I have so much to say. There's so many issues happening, and I just can't stop myself many times. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you guys. This is why I love you guys. Stay tuned for more here on wearechange.org.